Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. He-Man. Do I have any Masters of the Universe fans that have subscribed to me? I was a huge He-Man fan in the 1980s. I'm 38 years old. I was born in 1979, so I was right into that sort of, He-Man craze of the early to mid 80s. I had all the toys. I had Castle Grayskull. I had He-Man and all the figures. I had Snake Mountain, Skeletor, all the bad guys and shit like that. It was great. It was great shit, man. It was a great time. And I also went to the movie theater to watch the 1987 Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella. And it's funny, as a kid, because I was 8 in 1987, as a kid, when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, wow, this is so cool, because you're just excited to see He-Man on the screen. But as an adult, when you watch the movie, and I actually have it for no more than just nostalgic, guilty pleasure purposes, you realize how bad it really is. Even as a kid, I always thought that Dolph Lundgren looked like He-Man. I thought he looked like him. But he was so boring and had no charisma and, I have the power, all that, like, it was awful. It was totally awful. Anyways, so here's some, I still have some of my He-Man characters. Not a lot, I only have a few of them. I don't know where the hell they all went, to be totally honest with you. But I still have some here that I wanted to show you. Like, literally from the 80s. This is Stinkor. Stinkor, you guys remember him? I got him at Toys R Us in the 1980s. My dad bought him for me, and he used to smell. He doesn't really smell anymore, but he used to smell a lot. He was one of my favorites, Stinkor. But I don't ever remember him being in the cartoon. I think he was one of those guys that never really appeared in the cartoon, although he kind of looks like Merman, like a skunk version of Merman. I think it was Merman, right? But anyway, yeah, so I still have him. I have this He-Man here. Now, this was like a He-Man that came out like in the later 80s when they started to release like toy lines. I'm sure they still do this, although maybe not. They'll release like the standard version, and those are the versions that you'll have for like, a few years, right? And then toy sales will kind of go down a bit, so they'll release like, super versions of them. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Well, here's one here. This is He-Man. Some kind of, I don't know, plated chest shit or whatever it is. But anyway, yeah. I think that was sort of like the later 80s. And I had this one, and here's one here too, right? Like, look at the size of him. Fucking like Schwarzenegger and fucking when he was like, this is Arnold in his bodybuilding days, and this is Arnold in like Twins, right? So, like, he's still fucking huge, but he's not as huge as he was when he was bodybuilding in the 70s, but he's still fucking huge. It's kind of like how I look at these two guys. And this was cool because you would put like caps in the back here, right? Put like a cap in there for like a cap gun, right? And then you'd like turn him around and he'd swing around like this and it would like, yeah. Come on. Anyway, I have Beast Man. Look at this. He's like, his arms go around. There are no springs anymore. His legs are, shit. His legs came off. They broke. They literally just broke. It literally just broke. That is amazing. I don't really care. I mean, what are you going to do, right? His legs were so, like, the wire was so, like, rotted away. That one little pull, they just snapped. Poor Beast Man. Beast Man. That was cool. Really, really cool. His legs broke. Fuck! His legs broke! Alright, what else we got here? I got Moss Man. You guys remember Moss Man? Moss Man. He had moss on him. He kind of looks like, I don't know what he looks like. He looks like an actor, but I can't think of his name now. Anyways, this was Moss Man. I thought he was kind of cool because he's actually kind of hairy and he was full of moss. So that was kind of cool. And then this guy, he's got Skeletor's plate on him, but this obviously is not Skeletor, and I don't know who he is. You guys know who that guy is? I have no idea who that guy is. No fucking idea. Anyway, I think that's it. One last He-Man here who's missing an arm. This was cool too, because you used to pull him down like this, and then you'd punch his chest, and it would like break a little bit, like, one, and then one more. Oh yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Anyway, that's it. Those are literally the only He-Man toys that I have left, and I just destroyed Beast Man. I have to get a new Beast Man. Anyways, were you guys He-Man fans? Comment below and let me know. Also, too, they are still hoping to meet the deadline of December 2019 for a Masters of the Universe movie, a major motion picture, outside, of course, of the 1987 one. Totally unrelated. This would be a reboot, a complete remake, not of that movie, but a complete reimagining, totally something new of the Masters of the Universe world. And now, as of shooting this video, which of course is on the 11th of January 2018, as of right now, I believe screenwriter and filmmaker David S. Goyer is in talks to not only write the screenplay, but also direct the film as well. And I believe that news broke about the beginning of December, and I don't think we've heard too much since then. So I don't know if that's still going to happen. I don't know what the latest is on that. Comment below and let me know if you know a bit more about it, or something, maybe some information that I have yet to figure out or read about. But having said that, let's say that they are going to meet that deadline and they're going to start shooting. If they are going to meet that deadline, something as big and as thick and rich in world and universe and characters, something as complicated and heavily involved as a major motion picture blockbuster like Masters of the Universe, they're probably going to be shooting that thing about a year and a half out. So, if they want to make the December 2019 release date, you would think that they would have to start shooting, this year, this spring/summer. And we haven't heard anything about that yet. So I don't know if it's still going to happen. But there's no doubt in my mind that a Masters of the Universe movie is long overdue. Now, folks, there's no doubt that in 2018, there should be a Masters of the Universe movie, 100%, from a technological standpoint, okay? Like we have the technology now to bring Masters of the Universe to life like we've never seen it before. That's not the question. The question is it relevant? Do people care? Well, yeah, guys my age and a little bit older and a little bit younger are going to care, sure. But is it something, are there enough of us to really, make a movie like this successful? Because a movie like this is probably going to cost anywhere between $100 and $200 million to make. Are there enough of us to, recoup that cost for the studios? Because it's He-Man's not relevant anymore. At the same time, there's also an opportunity that if it's done really, really, really well, because look, Masters of the Universe is just seeping with drama and story and effects and characters and villains and heroes and worlds. I mean, this is like Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings. It's a fantasy film that, if done right, if done well, this could be really good. I mean, really good. The problem is, it's a fine line that you could fuck it up so easily. These things can be fucked up so easily. And I am not convinced that Sony, who I believe has the rights right now to the Masters of the Universe franchise, I don't know if Sony's the right studio to do it. I really don't know. I like David S. Goyer, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's no doubt that he's worked in this world before, in that big, larger-than-life superhero kind of arena. But I don't know. I'm really curious. It's gotta be done well, folks. Focus on the story. If you're watching, which they're probably not, but if anybody does who's involved in the production at a high level, focus on the story and the characters. That's what we want. Build from the ground up. Build that strong foundation. Okay? Don't worry about the effects and the big, sensational set pieces and the eye candy. Don't worry about that right now. We know you can do that. Focus on a story and a world and a universe that we can care about, that we look at and go, wow, this is Eternia, this is He-Man, this is Masters of the Universe. Skeletor's gotta be Skeletor has got to rival Darth Vader. Now, I'm not saying that Skeletor will ever be anything like Darth Vader, but what I'm saying is there has to be that essence about him. I know he cracks one-liners and shit like that, but don't be afraid to make a dark side to Skeletor. Make him compelling, make him evil, make him have a presence that when we leave the theater, we can be like, wow, fucking Skeletor, man. Fucking shit. I want to leave the theater after watching Masters of the Universe and be like, shit, man. Yes. Like this, you could start like a series here, like a trilogy of films where it's like fucking epic. Now, who should play He-Man? Now look, I know a lot of people think it should be Chris Hemsworth. No, I don't want because all I'm going to see is Thor. Okay? I don't want, the same guy with two major properties, and just because he's ripped and he's got some blonde hair doesn't mean I want to see him as He-Man. I think it should be a relatively unknown guy. Really good actor, great charisma, great body, looks like He-Man, but relatively unknown, like what they did with Henry Cavill for Superman. That's what I want to see them do with He-Man. Same kind of thing. And if Henry Cavill had long blonde hair, he totally could be He-Man. But anyway, that's besides the point. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Are you excited about this potential Masters of the Universe movie? Comment below and let me know. Or, maybe you're not. Are you a big He-Man fan? Do you still have He-Man toys? Comment below and let me know. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. McRae is MCRAE. Facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. You can follow me there in the meantime and in between time when I'm not doing videos. That's all I got to say about that. So, comment below and let me know your thoughts. I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.